In the previous video, we learned about the structure of an HTML document and the head element. Now we are going to move into the body element, which is where the actual content of our web page lives. The first tag we will talk about is the heading tags, which are used to define titles and subtitles on a web page. And HTML provides 6 heading levels from H1 to H6. To show you the difference between each of these tags, I'll start by declaring them. Now let me zoom in a little. Now if you want to zoom in, just press on the Control plus the plus key. And yeah, I think this is good. So I'll start with the H1 tag. I'll type this is the first heading. Now I'll speed this up a little. Now, the H1 tag represents the most important headings on the page. It is usually used for the main title of a web page. As you can see, as the numbers increase from H2 to H6, the headings become less important and usually appear smaller in size. So if you check the web browser, they decrease in size as the numbers increase. The next tag will be the P tag, which stands for paragraph. Now this tag is used to write blocks of text on a web page. So we can simply type, this is a paragraph, as you can see. Yeah. So anytime we want to display a text, they must be enclosed in the P tags. So think of the P tag more of like the paragraphs in essays. Yes, the paragraphs in essays. The next tag will be the A tag, which stands for anchor. Now this tag creates a hyperlink that takes the user to other web pages or websites. Now the href right here is an attribute. Don't worry, we will talk about this in the future videos. Now, the href right here is an attribute which stands for hypertext reference, and it tells the browser the destination of the link, meaning where the user should go when they click on it. The next thing will be the text between the opening and closing anchor tags, which is what the user will see and click on it. Let's say we want to create a link to Google. We will start by setting our href to https www.google.com. Now this will be our destination, and the destination is always a website address. Now the best text to display on the web page will be visit Google. And that's it. We just created our link. Normally, when links are represented as text and they are not visited, they are in the color blue. But when they are visited, they are in purple. So right now, as you can see, I've already visited my link. So if I'm to click on the link, this should take me to Google. So when I click on it, and as you can see, it took me to Google. So guys, that's the function of the anchor tag. The next tag will be the img tag, which stands for image. This tag is used to display images on a web page. And to display an image on a web page, you need an src attribute, which stands for source. And this describes the location of your image file. And the next attribute you need is the alt attribute, which stands for alternative text. Now this text displays whenever your image is not supported by the specific browser. So let's try and display an image on our web page. We open our Explorer tab. Now within our HTML folder, there is no image file. So we have to find one and paste it here. I open my File Explorer, and right now my images can be found in downloads. It might be different from yours. Now select this image. I'll copy it. Let me minimize it. Then I'll paste it within our HTML folder. Click on paste, and yeah, your image is saved within the HTML folder. Let me close it. So we'll set the source attribute to the name of the image we just pasted. That will be image. I'll hit on tab, and as you can see, the image is taking too much space on our web page, so we'll set the width to 300. And I think this is much better. And since it's already in pixels, you just need to type the number and it will set the height proportionally to the width. Right now, let me close the Explorer tab. To see the function of the auth attribute, now set the name of the image. And this image is about a tourist site called Simien Mountains National Park, and it's located in Ethiopia. So I'll just clear the extension name of the image file. And yeah, so this is one of the functions of the alt attribute. It helps to display some text that describe the image when it's not available. And mostly it helps users who use screen readers, especially those with disabilities. That's how to display an image on a web page. Feel free to try on any image you want. The next tag we will talk about is the UL tag, which stands for unordered lists. Now, as the name goes, it is used to create a list of items where the order does not matter, and usually they appear with bullet points before each of them. Now, to show you an example, I'll display a list of fruits on our web page, and to display each fruit, we need another tag called the LI tag, which stands for list item. Now, first fruit will be pineapple, the next fruit will be apple, the last one will be coconut. So yeah, as you can see, these fruits are displayed with bullet points before them. In simple terms, the UL tag tells the browser the type of list we are displaying, and the LI tag helps to display the list items. The next tag will be the OL tag, which stands for ordered list. Now, this is the vice versa of the UL tag, and it is used to create list of ordered items with numbers as their default. To show you an example, I'll create a list of names. Now, to display each name on our web page, I'll need the LI tag. Now, the first name will be Jacob, the next name will be Moses, and the last name will be Kelvin, obviously, which is my name. Now, as you can see, the names are numbered, and there are other ways you can order your list. You just need to set the type within the opening tag. You just set the type, and as you can see, there are other options. So if I'm to select the A, which will just order our list in the alphabetical order. So this implies to the UL tags too. Another tag we will talk about is the BR tag, which stands for break or line break. Now, this tag is used to move content to the next line inside a web page, and it is very useful when you want to start a text on a new line without creating a new paragraph. To show you an example, I'll create a paragraph with the text "Hello World." Now, this sounds familiar. So, as you can see, the message "Hello World" is displaying on a single line, but right now I want to move the second word to a new line. So we will simply insert our line break. And here, I will just move the next word to a new line. So that's the function of the line break. And this tag is also an example of a self-closing tag. Next tag will be HR tag, which stands for horizontal line. And it's also an example of a self-closing tag. Now this tag is used to create a horizontal line across a web page. Think of it like a divider. So to show you an example, I'll create two paragraphs. The first one with the text, "This is the first paragraph." Then leave a space between. The second one with the text, "This is the second paragraph." So to create a horizontal line, I'll simply insert the HR tag between these two paragraphs. So as you can see, it just created a horizontal line. Let me maximize it for you to see it properly. So it just created a horizontal line across the web page. Let me adjust the size. So yeah, this is how to create a horizontal line on a web page. So the next tag we are going to look at is the strong tag. And this tag is not an acronym, unlike the previous tags we've talked about. It is a full word, which is used to make text important. By default, browsers display it in bold. Think of it like stressing a word when you're speaking. To show you an example, I'll create a paragraph with a text. This is a strong text. Now I want to make the word strong stand out. So I'll just highlight it. I'll cut it. Now I'll create a strong tag. Now we will set it between the opening and closing tag. So when we check our browser, we can see that we are giving more importance to the word strong. And that's how we use the strong tag. The last tag we will talk about is the div tag, which stands for division. This tag is used to group other elements together. You can think of it like a container or a box where you can put elements like headings, paragraphs, links, or images inside it. To show you an example, I'll create an About Me section. I'll start by declaring an h2 tag with a text about me. I'll leave a line and create a paragraph with a text, "Hi, my name is Kelvin." I'll leave another line and create a new paragraph with a text, "I am learning HTML5. So structuring our code like this doesn't really affect the web page. It just helps to organize our code, which also enhances readability. And that's how we use the div tag. Now that we've learned the basics of HTML, let's put everything together and build a simple web page. So I'll clear all this code. Then we will generate a boilerplate. To do that, we will press on the Shift key plus the number 1 key. Then we'll press on Tab. Now let me refresh the browser to re-enable the live server. We will set our title to My First Web Page. Then we'll move into the body elements, where we will have our first div element. Within our div element, we will declare an h1 tag to display the text, "Welcome to my page." Then we will leave a line and create a paragraph to display the text, "This is my first HTML web page." Then we will exit our first div element to create a horizontal line. Next, we will add another div element. Within this element, we will declare an h2 tag with a text, "About me." Then we leave a new line and create a new paragraph with a text, "My name is Kelvin." Now you can use your name if you want. You leave a line and create another paragraph with a text, "I am learning HTML." So now we want to make our HTML stand out. We will highlight it. We will cut it, and we will create a strong tag. Now we'll place the word HTML within our opening and closing tag. Then we'll exit our second div element to create another horizontal line. Then we will add our last div element. Within this element, we will declare another h2 tag with a text, "Contacts." Then we will leave a line and create a new paragraph to display the text, "You can reach me here." Next, we will add a link. Now, since this web page is just for demonstration, there's no actual link destination. So we will set the link to our current web page. To do that, we will set our href to hashtag. Then we will display the text, "My link." So when we look at our code, we used the div tag to group different sections of our page, the headings to give each section a title, the paragraphs to add text, the horizontal line to separate different sections, the strong tag to give importance to a word, and the anchor tag to add a hyperlink. And that brings us to the end of this HTML beginner course. We started with the basics, went through the head and body elements, and built a simple web page together. So now you have a solid foundation in HTML. And if you found this helpful, please make sure to like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Your support helps this course reach more people who are also trying to learn. I'll see you in the next one.